Hello, everyone. Oh my God, I miss you guys. I've been working on this project for a long time, and I am so excited to finally be showing you guys the Unfazed. I know that you've seen it in group, and I have talked about it. I am really excited about this one, you guys. It was definitely a labor of love. I think I incorporated some things in here that are going to be useful. It is a very minimalistic style without being too minimalistic, if that makes any sense. So minimalism without the minimalistic, okay? It's a very clean aesthetic. It's very functional, but for those who need it to be more, there is definitely some potential for customizations and for making it as pretty as you want or making it as useful as you need it to be, okay? So introducing the Unfazed. This is the cover. And of course, I had to go with the black leather because that is my jam. This planner is going to come in landscape and portrait, and it will be in Monday Start and Sunday Start as well. And all of those versions of this planner will be in the same purchase, okay? So you just buy one and you get whatever one you need to use or you prefer, all right? So let's get right into it. I'm gonna try to not have this video drag on. You guys know how much I love making videos and having you guys listen to me. But here we go. So in the front, you're going to see the title right there, The Unfazed, and you're going to tap on it, and it's going to take you right to the index, all right? This is the index page. There's going to be a quick area for you to write about you, put a picture, your intentions for the year 2026. Right below that, you will see the divider index section. There are 12 sections in this planner, and then each section has 5 dividers, okay? Those links are across the top, 1 through 12, and then obviously the ones on the right hand side are for your months, your index, and your yearly overview, okay? And then you are going to see that there are planning templates included in this planner. I didn't want to put a lot of fluff in it. I just wanted to go with some things that I thought would be useful to have in the planner. So everything that I included in here, I felt that it would enhance it and you would find it, that you would reach for one of them if, you have a day where you don't want to start from a blank page and you just need a template to get you through. So those are going to be there, and then we will go through those. Over here, you have the quick links, and they are blank right now. And that is a place where you will just put links to your most used documents or websites that you go to. It's just a handy place to have that there. December 2025 is on here and it is linked, okay? So you can go ahead and start this planner December 1st. You can move in. And it has all of that to get you started ahead of time. So you don't have to wait until January, okay? And then below that, you'll see that there's some paper templates. I included those as well because I like to change the background sometimes and just have it built in. So I include a blank, a lined, a bullet, a graph, a craft, and a dark mode and a chalkboard. Okay. All right. So let's go through these sections or these different categories. I'm just going to swipe over and you'll see that the templates are right in front. And if you use Noteful like I do, you know that if your templates are in the back of the planner, it kind of will throw off your links. So I wanted to go ahead and deal with that from the get. Okay, so all of the templates in this planner are in the front. So if you choose to copy and paste them anywhere within your planner, the links are going to work the way that they're supposed to. So the first page here is a blank planner. I'm just going to go ahead and go through the templates that are included for you. There's a blank, there's a lined, there's your bullet, there's the graph, there's the craft, we have dark mode, and we have the chalkboard. Okay. After that, you're going to get into some functional templates. And again, I kept these very minimalist because I want them to be easy to use. I want you to be able to look at it, plug in the information that you need for that day, and then keep it moving. But I also left areas for you to decorate because you guys know I love my stickers and I love to make spreads and I love to put stickers on there. So I wanted to make sure that, in a lot of these you had that option as well. So this is a daily and this is version 1. There are 2 different versions and then each one comes with morning, afternoon, and evening or a time block. So this is the version 1 with the morning, afternoon, and evening. This is version 1 with the time block. This is version 2, morning, afternoon, and evening. And this is the one with the time block, okay? And then I included 3 different weekly variations for you to use. This is 1, 2, and 3, okay? And then I included a chore schedule because you guys know I love my chores and a way to not document them, but like keep track of them. So this one is going to come both in a Monday start and a Sunday start. So that's the chore schedule. There's the meal plan, an exercise tracker, a travel plan and checklist, an expense tracker, a brain dump. I find that this one is very useful. I usually use this in the morning or at night, depending on how my day is flowing, and just to kind of help organize my thoughts for the day, things that I need to do. So that's another way to do it. This is the task progress, and then you'll see that there's 4 different columns, and I use this one a lot for work. So I will put all the things that I have to accomplish for that week and the to-do, and then as I tackle those to-dos, then they move through these columns. So they're in the planning phase, they're in progress, and then they're done. So I usually will pull one of these every week and then put it in my planner and then just kind of follow the things that need to be done. My wish list here, and you saw Samantha put this one in the group. She did such a good job with it. So that's, put your items that you're like wanting, and then you can link the shop right there and details about it. A bucket list with a place here. I kind of like this idea where, you put your goal when your target date for that is the date that you actually accomplish that. And I like to include that notes or memory piece to it because it gives you kind of like that memory keeping aspect to it. Or even just something to look forward to. I don't know. To me, I like to I don't like blank spaces, so I like to fill those in. So I thought that would be different and handy. A 30-day challenge. You guys know I love challenges, and sometimes when I want to do something personally, this really does help me to kind of lay out why I want to do it, what I'm gonna get from that, the plan when I start, when I finish, and having these little dated areas where you can keep track of it every day, whether it's just Xing it out or putting on there like an inspo picture or maybe some notes or details about how it's going. That is it's a motivator. So I hope you guys like that one. The year in pixels, we're all familiar with this one. Very much, whether you're tracking moods or whatever it is, symptoms, something that you want to have a yearly overview and or look at it from a yearly perspective with colors, okay? So your legend is down here where you will, put your color code in there. And then I've also included a spot for you to put what you're tracking and what your ideal outcome will be. I did a currently, your book tracker, your movie tracker, and your series tracker. A place to put your favorite fonts. I think that's pretty handy. Although, I usually hang on to fonts forever. I find one that I really like and I just continue to use it. But, I'll put them on here and then I'll form my own combinations. And when I'm working on a spread, I can just copy from here and then put that into my spread and just change out the text. So that's pretty handy. And then we get into the daily journaling. Like my Unbothered journal, this planner also has a built-in journal. to it. Okay, there are some small differences to it, and we'll get into that. So I wanted to include some templates that you can use to get you started on journaling too, because sometimes we don't know what to write, or a blank page can be overwhelming, and a template is just beneficial. So this is a daily journal, and it's pretty basic. You fill in the areas, you rate how your mental health is doing that day, your health and fitness, social. So there's different categories. And it'll just kind of help start that flow for you, and keep your thoughts organized. Then I also included a daily journaling for a morning and evening check-in, because sometimes I like to do that too, especially if I know I'm headed into a really, maybe like an intense day, or whatever the situation may be. I like to just kind of have that morning perspective and then compare it to my evening perspective. And then I also included an anxiety tracker. This one makes me chuckle, because tell me you're in healthcare without telling me you're in healthcare. I try not to make this one look so medical, but I wanted to share it because I really do find that this is very useful. It looks like a lot right now, but it is based on cognitive behavioral therapies, and it is just a way to help you cope with anxiety or stress using a more rational approach, because sometimes we get so overwhelmed. This is just a step on how to just put your thoughts down and analyze it and challenge your thoughts and look at things from a different perspective. Okay. I find it very useful, and I decided to put it in here because maybe this is something that someone can utilize, and it helps them get through a situation or a moment. Okay. You just have to read through it. There's different areas here, like in the center here, you would put what the situation or trigger was, and then it gives you cues on the side, like what happened, what were you doing, what were you thinking about, internal or external or physical triggers. So it kind of really walks you through this process, and then you follow the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So hopefully by the time you get to the end, you feel better. You were able to really think about why you're feeling the way that you are, and this helps you out. Okay, so I just really wanted to include that one in there. Okay, so then you're going to get your 2026 overview. So this is your link up for the entire year. The dailies on here are linked, so it'll be a quick way for you to navigate. And then there's areas in the bottom for you to put in your important dates. And you also get a 2027 overview too. So when you're preparing to move on to the next year, you have a place to just quickly jot down things that are coming up. All right, and then we're gonna get into the meat and potatoes of the planner. So obviously this one starts December 2025. You'll have all your days. You'll have your week links over on the left-hand side. And up across the top, you'll see that there are some quick links up here. So we'll start all the way over from the right. You will have your monthly tracker. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and tap on that. And it's going to bring you to a tracker. And then these pages are going to be present in every single month within the planner. Okay. So you're going to have a December 2025 tracker, January 2025 tracker, and they will be accessible from every page in that month and week as well. So this is just a place to write down, your routines, your habits, something that you're tracking, fill them in, a mood tracker in the top. Okay. And then we also have your finance. Let me move that over. We have your goals. We have your vision board. And I did leave this blank. I did think about putting a template on here, but I figured everyone's vision looks differently, and I like to have a blank page to fill. So there's that. And then there is your overview for the month. Okay. And then I did want to point out that on every overview for every single month, there is a mini calendar in the bottom, and these days are not linked. Okay. I didn't link them because, one, there's links on every page across the top that you can quickly navigate to any other day, week, or one of your quick links of that month. But down here, I left this one blank here on the side because, and actually Tamika from our group gave me a really good idea. You can actually use that to color code. Like this could be your legend these little circles could be your colors that you could designate what's an appointment, what's a birthday, what's, a travel trip, whatever it is. And then you can use those colors in this little calendar just to kind of give you a different visual and a different look to that. So I thought that was a really good idea, and that's how I plan to use it. Maybe that's something that you'll pick up as well. Okay, and then within every month, there's also going to be these 2 blank circles across the top, and those are customizable pages. So if you click on it, it's going to take you to a blank page, and the next one is also going to take, let me just zoom in a little here so you can see what I'm doing. And then this one is also going to take you to a blank page. So these are going to be consistent across every month, and it's a page for you to designate what you wish it to be. Like for me, it's probably going to house like my progress, my task progress tracker, because I like to see that and have it readily available so I can see where I'm at with certain things. And then the other one is probably going to be my chore schedule so that I can, check things off as I do them and know that I'm staying on track. So that's how I will be using it. But I thought that would be pretty cool too. Sometimes you just need that extra page because, you have your vision board, you have your finance, you have your goals, you have all these things, but maybe you're not into really tracking that stuff and you just want something yourself. Well, those 2 will be the ones that you use. Okay. So then all these links across the top, let me go over to January here. So as you can see, it'll be the same for every one. I'm going to go ahead and tap on the next day. So this is what the daily is going to look like. It's just a blank daily. Across the top, it'll tell you with a circle what date you're on. And then on the month tabs, you'll see that tab will turn a different color. So in this case, we're in January and it got blacked out. Okay. And this is the first week of January. So that area is circled too. And as you can see across the top, you have all your quick links. You have everything there within every page for you to get to. Okay. And that is pretty consistent across the planner. Everything looks like that. Your weeks are blank as well. So you can build your weeks the way that you want, or you can use one of the templates in here, however you want to do it. But the weeks and the dailies are blank pages. Okay. So I am going to go back to, I'm like resting my hand weird on this table. So I'm reaching. I'm going to go back to a daily because I'm going to jump into the journaling part of this. So just like the Unbothered, every single page in your dailies has a hidden link to take you to your journal, okay? And even if you're not into journaling, if that's not something that you necessarily need, it's an extra page that's linked to your daily. So you can use it for whatever you want. But it is there if you just want to use it as a dump, if you just want to use it as like your very functional page, you just write a checklist real quick, and then maybe you can go back to your real daily and then do whatever it is that you do. That option is there for you. Okay. So right in the top right-hand corner, right here, you just tap on it and it's going to bring you to the designated journaling page that's associated with that daily. Okay. So right now, the way that you know that this is a journaling page is that you don't have any of those quick links over here except for this tracker. There's only one there. So, different to my Unbothered, this one, I actually have it navigating within itself in the journaling. So if you want to see what you wrote or were doing on the 15th for journaling, you can hop to that as well. Okay. So every month of journaling will navigate within that month. You can't jump from January to December here. You have to go to that daily in December to get to that navigation system, but you do have that option within the month. So then to get back to your daily page, you're going to click on that corner again. You're going to tap on the corner and it's going to bring you right back to your daily. So they're tied together. Okay. So I'm going to go back to that. So here's the journaling, and every month, for every month, you will also have a monthly reflection page with your journaling. So if you tap on this little tracker icon, it will take you to your reflections. And again, a place for you to kind of wrap up your month, put down your thoughts, your favorite moments, what you're going to continue doing, start doing, stop doing, and then rate these different areas of your life for that month. So just a place to kind of wrap it up, put it together, maybe put some pictures down here in the blank spot. Just a fun way to like memory keep and also kind of get your thoughts together, okay? And then on the reflections, you can always jump back to your other journaling pages within that month. All right, so let me go back to my daily. Okay, I hope I am not missing anything. So that is pretty much the internal mechanism of the planner, and it continues like that every month. So let me go back to the index, because there is a planner info part here. If you link to this, it's a place that's going to tell you where all the links are in case you forget about that. So, where your links to pages in that month, your hidden links for your journal, what each of the icons represent. So it's all here in case you have any questions and you want to know where everything is. There's also links to my social media, my shop, and information about the planner as far as what fonts were used and things of that nature. Okay. So I'm going to hop back up and I'm going to go to your index sections because we didn't cover that. So over here is sections. So I'm looking at this area right here. It's sections 1 through 12. So if you tap on one, it's going to take you to that section. Okay. So let me go over here. So as you can see, this is going to be your landing page for every section. And then within the sections, there's going to be 5 separate dividers. Okay. Each one of these little labels are linked. So you can write down what's in there. I don't know why I have my tape thing. You can write down what's in there. And then you can, hop on over to that area. And then you can also write from in here across the top. It's circled and lets you know what section you're in, what divider you're in. And it also navigates from here if you need to quickly jump to another area. Okay. And then another thing that I wanted to point out is that these little folders on here, they are part of the DP Collective Planner Shapes. I used the same one because I thought that would be kind of cool for you to use it to be able to customize this page. So I just wanted to show you real quick. If you just grab this, yes, it's in the opposite direction. But let's say you grab that. You like a different color. Let me make it green. And in order to flip this, because it is font-based, right? You can't stretch it and distort it. What you can do is you just take a screenshot of it once you get it to the color that you want and make sure that this background is off and then hit add, okay? So now it becomes an image and now you can flip that. And I'm gonna flip it this way and I'm gonna just shorten up these little handles, done. And then you can use that. You can size this up, line it up, and you can use that to change out the colors of your folders. So that's a really cool thing because I know I like to customize everything I can. So I wanted to include that as well. Okay. All right. So that is pretty much the Unfazed. It is, you wouldn't think that there's nearly 17,000 links in this thing. It was quite a challenge to do this. But I wanted to not be intimidating, be simple, be easy to use, be very intuitive as far as the navigation. You're going to know everywhere you are in this planner and where you're going next. Everything is connected. Everything is just click here and it takes you there, and very, in my opinion, easy to use without being too overwhelming. Okay. So what I want to do now is get into some of the things that are going to come with this planner. Okay. I was going to include some add-ons to this. So let me jumping around here. Okay. I thought I had it in here. Why am I somewhere else? Oh, maybe I left it. Just bear with me for a second. I get myself all right. Let's just start on here. because I just want a blank page right now so that I can show you guys what's going to come with this planner. So we like templates, and I wanted to make sure that I included templates in this planner for those days where you just want to copy, paste, and keep it moving, okay? But there are days where, you know, people that like to decorate and customize our planners, we don't want to have to deal with that stuff. So in this, I have also included the templates as overlays for everything. All right, so you're gonna get the templates that are built into the planner in black and white versions of them. So let me show you what that looks like. So you'll have, let me just start with these black ones. So all of the trackers will be in here, as well as like your finance stuff, your goals, all the quick links that are in the planners will also be included in case you want to change those backgrounds and you just want to lay that on top so that you're not then having to deal with that, okay? So those will all be included in black and white for both orientations. So let me just show you real quick what that looks like. So I'm just gonna drag it in, and then you kind of just stretch it out. And then with Noteful, because you can lock layers, you can put stuff underneath that, you can put on top, and you don't have to worry about that moving, okay? So that's one thing that I wanted to make sure was in there. I've also included mini calendars because sometimes those are useful to have in your planner. And these are the ones that are on those monthly overviews, but they are in black and white and in Sunday and Monday start as well. Okay, so I'll show you what they look like this. So you can just pop those in your planner, in your weeks, whatever, if you just need another view for those. Okay, and then like I mentioned, they will come for both orientations, landscape and portrait. The planner itself will come in the 2 different orientations in Monday and Sunday start. And I am also including the color changing tabs for these planners, okay? So we all know by now that these the way that I do the color changing things, they do work across different applications that we use. I have only included the Noteful files for for this particular planner. You can use it in different programs. I have included the bits that you would need to recreate them in different programs, like the overlays, the font, the different tabs, the notches and things like that, the text. So you can do that, but I am not including that. It's only the Noteful files that I am going to be including to plug and play into this planner, okay? So you will get the sticker file for Noteful in both portrait and landscape as well. So then let me show you what that looks like. So when you get it, you're gonna import it into your Noteful app. And these are pretty much sized for you to the best of my ability. I tell you, by the time I was done with this planner, my vision was horrible. But basically it'll look like this, and you will just pop it in. They should be sized up for you to put it in. So there's one. And here is the top one, okay? Now you're thinking, where's the numbers? That is something different that I wanted to try as well. Sometimes we like to change the fonts. We like to change the colors of the text. So I wanted to make that a little bit more customizable than I did in the Unbothered. So what I did is, again, for the Noteful version of this, because this is going to be in a Noteful file and will work seamlessly for Noteful users, I have included text for you, okay? So it's just already laid out for you so that you can change it and make it look however you want, okay? So let me just show you what that looks like. I like to work on different layers when I'm customizing things, so that way I don't select something else. So I'm gonna go ahead and move that to layer 4, and I'm gonna go to layer 4. So I just wanna show you how you could go about doing that. if I could get it together here, okay? So you'll see that it is grouped. If I ungroup it, then all you have to do is just tap on it. And I left it in this very ordinary font because Helvetica is common among a lot of devices. So that way you're not getting some weird stuff when you get it. So all you have to do is click on it, say I want to change it to that, and then I want it to be white. Okay. And if you do this, if you have a font that you use all the time and that's how you want your tabs to look, you can actually do this one time and then save it to those stickers so that you have that and you don't have to repeat that in the future. Okay. That is what I am doing. And then that way it's done. And then whenever I want to use that version of them, I will do that. Okay, so I'm not going to continue the whole thing, but then I have it, and then I'm just going to group it. And if I move it over, now it's my font the way I want it and the color that I wanted. And then I will save that to my stickers. And then that's very nifty for the top, actually, because maybe you don't want your sections to be 1 through 12. Maybe you want to name them and know exactly what's in there by looking up there. You can name those whatever you want and then save it as a sticker and then put it on your pages. Okay? So that's that. So you'll get the color changing tabs, you'll get the planners, the templates, and I think that is it. And I think this video went on long enough, and I'm sure that I missed something. But if you have any questions at all, you know how to reach out to me. You can get me in group, get me on Etsy, and I will respond to you as soon as possible. You guys, I hope that if you do decide to pick this up, you find it useful, helpful, and there's some things about it that you're really gonna love. I personally, I like the aesthetic of it. I like the ease of it. I like the customizability of it too. So I hope you find it useful. I hope you love it. I'm really nervous about it because it's my first real big jump into making a whole planner. And, I'm all for learning experiences. You don't know what you can do until you do it. So it was a journey for sure. And I had some wonderful, wonderful people who... we have such a wonderful community, and some of the members in our community, well, all of them, but like these specific 2 ladies, man, they pulled me through because I was pulling my hair out and they just kept motivating me. Okay, you guys, so everything is going to be the same in the landscape version, just things just are going to look a little different. Okay, so I just want to do a quick overview of the landscape as well. So this is what the cover is going to look like. You're going to have some places on the side here to decorate if that's what you want to do. It's going to be the same thing. You're going to tap on the text and it's going to take you to your index page. Looks a little different, contains the same information as the other one. Okay, I'll quickly go through the templates and the layout so that you can see what it looks like. So here is, and just disregard this tab on there, but the landscape tabs will also be included. I can actually, let me just show you what those look like. So here, and of course I shut that off, so let me move that to the top layer so we don't get confused. I love layers, but sometimes, man, I get everywhere with them. So that's what that's gonna look like. And then similar to the portrait version, they will come blank for you. Put the font on that you want, the color that you want, and then save it as a sticker. And then you can customize that part of it as well, okay? So that was the blank page, and then you have your lined. Let me zoom in a little bit. You have your bullets, you have your graph, you have your craft, dark mode, and chalkboard. And then you get into your functional templates. This is one of the dailies, another version of the dailies. Here's another one, and I really do like the space that you get in these planners to, decorate or put whatever else you want on the side over here. You can use one of the mini calendars. That'll work really good there too. And also it's just so big, right? I can see everything so clearly. I really enjoy that. Here's the time block version. Here's week, another weekly, and another weekly, okay? And then you get into your chores, you get into the meal plan, the exercise tracker, the travel plan and checklist, your expense tracker, the brain dump, the task progress, the wish list, the bucket list, the 30-day challenge, the year in pixels, the currently, your book tracker, movie tracker, series tracker, your favorite fonts, your daily journaling, your morning and evening journaling, and your anxiety tracker. Okay, so very similar, just the way I had to change things a little bit so that they look better in this orientation. But the dailies and the weeklies, there are differences in the layout as well. And because you get the PNG overlay templates of those, you can crop those apart and use them, interchange them. So you kind of get a lot there too. So I'm excited about that. And then here's your overview, your 2027, and then you jump into your months. Okay, so with the landscape, you get that open space on the side as compared to the portrait that it was in the bottom. All right, and again, your tabs will work similarly. Your months over here on the right, your sections across the top, and everything works the same. Just looks a little different. So let me go ahead and I swear my angle right here. Okay, so here's your tracker. Here's your finance goals. Here's your January goals, or your finance sheet and January goals, your vision board, your overview, and then you have your customizable blank pages, okay? So as with the other one, you're gonna have your hidden link up here to go to your journaling page and then back to your daily. And so let me just show you the reflection page that you get for every month at the end of the month. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys what that landscape version looks like too. Okay, again, I hope everyone has a great day. I hope this video, I know it's so long, but I just wanted to make sure I covered everything, and I'm sure I forgot something. But you guys have a wonderful day. And I hope you guys really, really enjoy the Unfazed. All right, guys. Bye-bye.